What is Gucci, Manucci's? Welcome to the Half Court Podcast. I am Darwin. We got AV behind the camera, and we got Easy. Now, Easy right here is a tattoo artist, right?
Yeah, tattoo.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you coming through. Now, before we get onto the topic, I want to shout out real quick Toby that commented on the last episode of the podcast. I want to shout out Marco. He's always on that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to shout him out too. And we also got to shout out Ricardo. Thank you guys very much for taking the time to comment, taking the time to watch the podcast. So, yeah, let's get it started, brother. So kind of tell us what you do, and we just go from there.
Well, I tattoo in an own tattoo shop, and basically just sit down all day and
Do tattoos.
tattoos.
How long have you been doing this, and like, what is your specialty like when you do like tattoos and shit? Like, because you know how every artist has like a different specialty that they kind of focus on.
Man, I started doing it like 10 years ago when I was like 18, 17. So like 12 years ago.
How old are you?
30.
30? Oh, shit.
30
Damn,
years old.
you look hella young, bro.
Thanks.
Damn.
Water. Drink water.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So on that, man, what got you into it?
Man, I just always been drawn. My grandma's an artist. You know, I got a lot of artists in the family and stuff, so that's kind of how I would always be into it already. So like it was just kind of the next step for me. My uncle bought me a tattoo kit. He was like, "Here, see what you do with this." And that's how I started.
So to become a tattoo artist, you have to have like drawing skills, right? Obviously, because if somebody comes up with you and say, "Hey, I want this," you kind of have to draw that and like, you know.
Yeah.
Do you think that, my bad, do you think that's a God-given talent? Like, because, bro, there's people, like, I couldn't imagine sitting there and drawing a fucking portrait and you guys just...
And you only get one shot. That's the thing. You only get one shot.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man.
Good question.
Yeah.
So,
Repeat question.
yeah, I feel like with that, bro, it's like a lot of...
Either you're born with it or you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, or do you think it's possible to, like not...
I mean, I think it's possible to learn, you know what I mean? Because there's, you know, we got an apprentice, he never drew anything, and then he sat there and practice, and a whole year later, he's able to tattoo. So, I mean, you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah.
But for some people, it does come more natural, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, because I was...
since you were little, you knew, like, you could draw some cool shit.
Yeah, because my grandma, she would sit there and teach me little techniques, and you know, from a little circle you can make a face. So it was, you know, as a kid I was just like, what the fuck, and I just kept to it, and I always liked it. So
it kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I was looking at your page and it looks like you do a lot of faces.
Yeah, I like doing a lot of faces.
I think that's like some hard shit, man. Like, because it's a lot to put when you're fucking tattooing a face on somebody's body. Like, that's a lot, bro. It's a lot. You know,
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's something that me, in my mind, I do a lot of shit. Like, I'll cut hair, I do videos, but that's one thing that I'm like, nah, I can't. I'm good on, like, I can't, nah.
That's just like the, you know, just like the barbering, like when you do like faces, and you know, I think that's kind of the same concept. You got one shot with that, you know, and the tattoo is the same thing. Like I've seen people, you know,
I think that's crazy when people cut the...
Yeah, bro, they be doing like...
Hair, that shit looks crazy to me. I'm like, how?
Exactly. That's not like with
it's
a pen.
Hard enough drawing and tattooing, so...
Yeah, it's not like with a pen or, you know... That's just like an edge of a fucking clipper. Like, you got to know the right angles and shit. So that's something, too, that's kind of tight.
Not a lot of people can do it.
Yeah. Are you an NBA fan? Are you an NBA fan?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think of those tattoos? To me, like, they look so, like, I seen, like, a Michael Jordan one and a LeBron one. I don't know if you've seen them. They've been, like, on social media where it's, like, it looks like LeBron with the Laker jersey. He's, like, doing, like, this. That tattoo looks...
in color?
Yeah, bro, like on some fucking fake shit. Like, it looked like something you would get out of the vending machine. You know, when you were a kid, you wanted like those tattoo stickers, some shit like that. So
yeah, I seen those. Those are sick, man. I mean, the color on it is just crazy. Like as a tattoo artist, you know, I look at that and I'm like, fuck.
Do you analyze like all these good like top of the notch artists, tattoo artists?
Yeah, I definitely look to them. I mean, you know, I look at their work.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, that's how I want to get. You know, I want to get to a higher level and stuff like that.
So, because I know, like, you know, when you do tattoos and shit, it's per hour, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what has been, like, your longest, most difficult tattoo have you done?
Like one day sitting, I did this piece in Colorado, and it was at my brother's house. So, like, we weren't even in the shop or anything. But we worked on this dude's piece. He got an angel with a girl. Like, the wings spread out this far. But we sat there for like 16 hours.
16 hours?
Yeah. Well, all together, because sat there for 12. And then the next day he came back.
To finish it?
Yeah.
So, on that kind of, like, level of that, does it get to the point where your mind is, like, fatigued or tired and shit where you can't, like, focus or think or some shit?
Yeah, definitely. Like, my eyes, you know.
Yeah.
They start getting strained. I'm like, fuck.
Like, what do you do to kind of just put yourself together? Like, on that tattoo, you know, 12 hours fucking doing tattoo, that's a lot, bro. Like, because you got to be concentrated.
Yeah, bro. That's
It's a lot, bro.
That's what I'm telling you. That's one of those things that I sit there and, like, really look at. I'm like, you got to have some sort of level, like, different level of thinking to be able to sit there for, even to sketch, bro. Like, there's, like, what is that technique called where it's, like, dots, like.
Yeah.
The
little dots and stuff.
Like pulse, like the right pulse and, like, everything.
Basically, it's just a portrait made of dots, bro.
Yeah.
So they're just.
Stippling.
Huh?
It's called stippling. Stippling.
Stippling?
Stippling.
Stippling?
So that shit is just.
Yeah.
So it's a whole full.
Mad respect, man, to people that can pull that shit off, because there's good artists and there's shitty artists. We gotta. I mean, everything comes with practice, but yeah, that's a lot, bro. I feel like if I'm gonna do something like that, I'm gonna have to pop at least 2 Addies or some shit like that, bro. Just imagine, bro. Like, and that's something that has a lot of details. It was an angel, you said?
Yeah. It was an angel, and man, it was
like, imagine getting to the feathers and fucking. Bro, the clothes, and was it like a full body or just a face, or what?
Yeah, it was a full body, and then the wings, everything, and smoke and clouds, and
so you did it in
the whole ribs.
So basically, it was 16 hours. Like, you kind of you got a little break, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get.
You get your little, you get. Yeah, I feel like you have to, cause.
But straight though, like, this dude just fucking.
Yeah, he took it. He fucking
took that to, like.
I was like, God damn.
So what's the longest session you've taken, like, on yourself?
That I've gotten? Shit. This one took a little while. Because we started, like, at 9 at night. And we didn't finish till, like, 4 in the morning. But that one just felt long.
Yeah. I feel like with that, man, it's like once you put that, you know, that little sticker and you take it out and you're like, I got to trace all this shit. Like, I feel like that's, like, when it's like, fuck, you know, like, oh shit, like, you gotta love that shit, because it's like, I like drawing. Like, I used to draw when I was little and shit, but, like, it got to the point where, because my uncle did tattoos and then my stepdad did tattoos, but they both were decent. They kind of were, you know, there's last minute option, or you want something free, because, like, my friends would be like, bro, if I had an uncle artist, I would have been looking like a notebook. I was like, yeah, but not me, bro, because
like a second grader's notebook.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, I feel like, you know, you just gotta know. You just gotta know, bro. And I mean, obviously practice takes, but drawing was my thing. Is just like the tattoo part was something I was concerned for a bit. Like, I wanted to be a tattoo artist, but I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot.
I mean, I think that's one of those careers that people always think about. Like, that's a cool ass job. Like. Yeah. Like, you're just fucking
living life,
chilling, you know. But they don't see your back fucking sitting there, fucking bro. That shit. What's the most difficult part about tattooing?
Man, probably just the back part.
The pains and shit, like
the pain, like after
neck pain
whole
and
day,
shit.
You're like, oh fuck. You know, cracking and moving all kinds of ways. Yeah, get it cracking anyway.
So besides that, you think just everything else is just a cruise? Like, you can just get the shit
I mean,
done?
not just a cruise, but I mean everything has its points where it's easy and times where it's hard. You know what I mean? Just kind of up and down on sometimes.
Was there any point in, like, your career where you did something, like, you fucked up, that you were like, man, I don't know if this shit is for me?
I don't think I fucked up, but I was like, I did come to a point like that before where I was like, I was like, man, you know, like this shit ain't clicking, you know, like it's not going for me. But you know, I just kept going. I just kept going.
It wasn't enough for you to be like, fuck this shit, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, I've been through hard times before, you know, with tattooing. So it's like, you know what, like, you know, I can push through this time. You know, it's just a hard time right now, and I know next season will be way better. You know, so I just kept pushing, man.
So you would say tattoo is your passion?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I like tattooing.
Yeah.
I mean, I love tattooing. Yeah, that's what I do.
Where do you like work at a shop?
Yeah. I own a shop.
You own one?
Yeah.
Okay, tight. Hell
Me and my homie own one.
Yeah, where at?
Right there on 23rd.
What's the name of it?
Twisted Mind Tattoos.
Twisted Minds. Okay. Bet. Hell yeah. Yeah, we kind of looked into that that area. That's where Fading Up used to be, huh?
Yeah, that same building.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where we used to cut right there, right under them, like for a long time, or like a year. They were
Twisted Fades.
Them fools were upstairs tattooing, and we're out there cutting hair, bro. And what's crazy is like, bro, these fools, they've gone through some shit to just get where they're at right now. Like right now, Twisted Minds is fully functional all the way. Bunch of artists, like they started in a house type shit, like
garage.
That's crazy, and I feel like that's like the beauty of it, bro. Like you probably started at your house and like.
Yeah.
What year was it when y'all tattooed fucking Cali Swag? What was it? Cali Swag District?
No, that was Cave. Cave tattooed him.
And that was out of a house though, huh?
No, I think they did that at a hotel room.
How old was Cave at that time?
Shit, I'm not sure.
Young as fuck, bro.
Young,
but my point is, these fools were out here in the hood, but doing like shit like that, bro. Like they did some big ass artists. At the time, that fool was huge. Like I was like, damn, that nigga tatted him.
We've been together for a while, cause it's not just me, you know. We got a whole crew and shit, you know. So, we all stuck together, you know. That's kind of how we got clicking, you know. We stuck together and we got it popping.
Yeah, I feel like eventually, once you. As long as you guys are true, you know, about each other and shit, like, y'all can make anything happen. I think that's the beautiful thing about it. You know, you guys started in the garage and, like, you know, it just keeps evolving to, like, now y'all got a badass spot. And, like, it's official. I'm pretty sure you guys are booked, you know?
Yeah.
Constant.
Yeah, definitely. Because
tattoos, like, it's just getting more popular and popular. And, you know, I feel like with that, it's now considered art. Like, back in the day, it was like, you had a tattoo, you're a criminal, you know?
Yeah.
So now it's like, it's art, bro. Like, everybody's getting tattoos.
It's more accepted now. You know?
Exactly.
Like, you know, lawyers, you know, policemen have tattoos.
Yes. So. People are so judgmental of just like, it's more like, I mean, as long as you don't have like some, straight.
So imagine you, bro. You all tatted up and shit. They're going to think you automatically an essay. You in gangs and shit. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just like.
I think it still does carry more attention though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still if you're all fucking blasted, bro, that you do bring more attention to yourself. So if you are doing something that's not legal or whatever, then you might get fucking busted. You know, like if you're all tatted the fuck up, you know, you stay. I mean, that's the. But it's not so. Yeah, I guess it's not. But it's. I think still.
It's still there, but it's just dimming down a little bit more. You know, I feel like. In Puerto Rico, it was crazy. Like, that shit was strict as fuck. You know, in fast food, you can have tattoos, and they're cool about it as long as you do your goddamn job. So over there in Puerto Rico, bro, when I had my first job, this is a crazy-ass story. So they're strict with that shit. Bro, it's a fucking fast food. I'm working minimum wage. So one of our friends, homegirl, she got a little tattoo here, bro, a little heart. So every time the office people would go to eat lunch, they would eat there. So they're always looking and shit. And then they saw her. She was at the register. They saw that shit. And they were going to fucking kick her. She had the tattoo here, now that I remember. And they were going to fucking fire her, right?
Just because she got a little tattoo?
So she was all panicking. She was like, fuck, I don't want to lose my job. She's like, you know, they're going to fire you, you know? And, like, the shit got so crazy, bro, that she ended up telling my homie, like, hey, we got to get rid of this tattoo because I don't want to lose my job. So the homie was like, all right, then what you want to do? And she was like, well, I want to... like burn it or some shit, because you know it was a fast food. So the plan was to deep fry a spoon or some shit, and then just thinking that was gonna erase it, right? That's how dumb we were too, because they told me about that idea, but I wasn't. I was like, maybe it could work.
I mean, it's gonna burn the skin.
It's gonna burn. You're gonna have a bruise there or some shit. You know, like you're gonna have a mark. So worst comes to worst, like we closed the store. We was closing. I wasn't involved, bro. This is how crazy this shit gets, bro. So I wasn't involved in like. It was cool because we all was friends, right? And then my homie puts the thing, and he's like, you sure you want to do this? And she's like, yeah, I don't want to lose my job. Boom. Cool. Nothing happens, bro. She's like, oh shit, it burns, whatever. Cool. Bro, tell me why, like 3 days later, my homie gets fired. Fucking the manager that was in because we all were cool, bro. So the manager's on look, she's on like that, she got fired too. Eventually she got fired. I get questioned. I get to the fucking police station, and this is what's crazy, bro. Cause like when somebody wants to put you to jail, they don't give a fuck if you're saying the truth or not. They want to, like, my homie was just saying what she wanted to do, like following it. So crazy story is like the cop was telling me like, oh, if you don't say the truth, he was playing mind games with me. He was like, you're going to go to jail. You're going to do time.
Oh,
I was like, bro, yeah, this shit got crazy. So I'm like, look, man, I'm telling you the truth. Homegirl was the one that came up with the idea. And then the homie just said, yeah, sure, why not? Fucking bug. And yeah, the cop kept saying like, no, you got to say the truth. I'm like, so he was playing that mind game. And then they do that shit, bro. Like if they want you in jail. Well, at the end of the day, she ended up dropping the charges because they went to court and everything, and I had to fucking.
Did the tattoo go away?
It was a little bit, half of it, So all that bullshit, Anyways, bottom line is like, bro, that's how strict they are. I don't know how they are right now.
In Mexico, I think that's how. Because when I got this shit, if my dad was like, if you get deported, you ain't gonna fucking be able to get a job. Because I guess over there I'm like, fuck it. I guess I won't ever have a job if I get deported. I guess I'm gonna have to cut hair.
Job? You gonna have your shirt off the whole time?
For real?
Yeah, I guess they're just that strict, bro. Like he said that they'll send you to like a doctor's office and then they like fucking strip you down and. Oh shit. Yeah, it was weird shit. Damn. Fuck all that.
That's crazy. It's really strict. I don't know how it is right now, but that's how strict it was, bro. Minimum wage job, like on a fast food. Like as long as I'm doing my job, who cares what the hell I have on or what tats I have? So it's like.
At what point did you start making a living off of it?
Like to where you were cool, like you were just. See, like the first probably like 4 or 5 years of my tattooing, like I would just do it like to do, I'd make a little bit of money here, a couple hundred, and I'd be cool, you know what I mean? Because I had a job too, so, I wasn't really that worried about it. Yeah. And then, when my daughter was born, that's when I was like, man, I need to do something, because I was still working, but just kind of, making ends meet, and I'm like, fuck, like, I was like, man, I could do tattoos a lot more, if I didn't have my job, but, I'm always working, I'm tired after, so.
What job did you have at that time?
I was painting.
Painting?
Yeah, I was painting. Just painting cabinets and shit? Yeah, cabinets. Yeah. The homie.
So, because I know that's a tough decision to be like, fuck this shit, I'm going to go and do tattoos. So when was that moment you were like, fuck that shit?
Well, that's when I met Cave again.
Yeah.
Because I knew him in high school, but we met later on because he was tattooing my sister also. And I went over there, we started chilling. He told me, hey, come tattoo with me. And that's where we were at the garage. And that's how me and him met. That's how that relationship started. And then, once my daughter was born, that's when I was just like, you know what? Man, I need to jump in this shit. Like, so I saved, a check, make sure I was good for at least a month, and started tattooing, and I've been at it ever since. And that's when I really started making money. And
so how did you get yourself out there? Like, hey, I'm a tattoo artist, come to me.
Man, I already kind of like knew a lot of people, I guess. Like, just from clubs and bars and shit. So, and then social media too. Yeah, because I knew a whole bunch of people on there too already. So
word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth. And then when Facebook became real popping, that's when it became popping for me too. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People I ain't seen in years, like, hey, remember doing this tattoo? Like,
yeah.
Oh, I want some more work. So hell yeah, shit.
Yeah, bro. I feel like there's always work. Everybody's looking to get a tat.
Yeah.
Shit, my aunt has a couple of tats, and she's old as shit.
That's those things, bro. That it's like there's so many people. There's not that many artists. It's kind of like with barbering. So, like a lot of people are like, there's already a lot of barbers, but bro, you know how many people we turn down a day right there at that spot? Because it's just not enough barbers for that many people, bro. And there's multiple barbershops around the area, and every barber's fucking busy. Like, it's crazy. That's how it is with tattoos. Like if you're a good tattoo artist, bro, you're gonna fucking.
Yeah, definitely.
With most of the stuff, you know, there's a lot of people out there, especially with social media. People are constantly looking. You know, they're constantly looking for shit. So, when did you what age did you get your first tattoo?
I was 13.
13?
Yeah, 13.
Holy shit! What age did you get your first tattoo, AV?
18.
Is that the only one you got?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't got one, bro.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that I was talking about that, and I think it's pretty interesting because I don't know who I was talking to about it, but I was like, what's the right age in your opinion to get a tattoo?
18.
What's in your opinion, the right age?
I think there's some pretty. 16, 17, maybe.
Why y'all say so young though? To me, in my opinion, and it makes a lot of sense, it's 30.
30.
Right. You want to know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Because I feel like when you're young, bro, when you're young, you make a lot of stupid decisions.
Yeah.
And most of those are drunk. So how many times have you seen people like drunk? Let's go get a tattoo or some shit.
Some dumb niggas.
Yeah, exactly. And you see people's tattoos and they're like all fucked up. And when you ask them, where'd you get that? Man, they like they're ashamed of it. You know, they're like, this is when I was fucking young and I got drunk that night. So I feel like when you get to that point where you're 30, you know, and at that point you're mature enough to be like, all right, if I want a tattoo, I got to spend money. I got to drop some cash and find the right artist. That's why I don't got a tattoo yet. Like I want to
have the right artist. You want to have the. I mean, that makes sense. That's it's valid. It's a valid. It's a valid argument.
And not only that, at least for me, like it has to have a meaning. So right now, I want a full sleeve on my left arm, but I want something that's meaningful. You know, so shit. To give you an example, it's like multiple. It can be multiple shit. Like I'll definitely want some Dragon Ball Z shit because I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. It's a big part of my childhood. You know, my mom like
childhood.
Say what?
Everybody's.
I think everybody, and it's crazy because like
I didn't watch that shit.
Yeah, but bro, I think it's all because of social media. Because bro, I thought I was the only one that liked Dragon Ball Z. But when you get exposed to social media, you find out like there's a lot of people.
A lot of fucking nerds.
It's crazy. No, and not only that, bro. It's like back in the day, you thought you were alone, right? But have you seen these weird posts? It's like
maybe I should watch Dragon Ball Z. I've never seen.
What did you watch?
When I was little, I didn't really watch TV.
You didn't have TV.
We had TV, but I would be out like outside and shit, and fucking playing and. I
was outside too, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, I never really watched. I used to watch fucking like Vicente Fernandez movies and shit. Some Antonio Aguilar movies and shit with my grandpa.
Yeah, but when they put some shit, you know, especially when they do now the trends of nobody, absolutely nobody, me, and they put like a meme that somebody can relate to, and you see all these people relating to it, you know. So you know, like.
Yeah, there's a lot of the internet is crazy, bro. That's what's crazy. Like, it's a good time to be alive, bro. We can fucking, if somebody wants to start a business, they can start promoting on social media, you know, fucking, as long as you do good work, people are gonna keep coming back. Like,
yeah, social media and customer service, I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure you get a lot. You know, you post a lot on social media, the tattoos, and you get people hitting you up on the DMs and like, hey, bro, like, how much you charge or what, you know, when can you, you know, get me in a session? So like. Yeah, that's pretty good.
How do you deal with that? Like, cause I bet you get a lot of fucking inboxes, like, or DMs. Like, how do you?
Now we got more organized. We have someone to help us with that now. So
if I wanted a tattoo right now, what's the process of me getting booked?
You speak with our assistant about availability and, you know, deposit and look when you're looking for it, and she'll pretty much handle the schedule and. You know, let you know when the artist is available or who you want, and you know, you go from there.
I lost $100 one time. I was supposed to get an arm piece in Puerto Rico, and it was on a Monday that I was supposed to get that piece, and in Puerto Rico it's lit every day. So like that Sunday, I went out, had too many drinks, met a Slimmy. And shit went crazy. So, bro, the next day I had a headache, and homegirl was like, I remember, man, homegirl was like,
you're all dried out.
Bro, I had a shit ton of drinks, and then I was all dried out. So homegirl was like, hey, let's go get your tattooing shot. And I had the biggest headache. I was like, fuck no. You imagine all those needles and shit, and I'm with a fucking headache and hangover and like dried up and shit. Like, fuck no.
You lost
bro.
that deposit.
I lost that deposit, man. That's one of the L's I took, you know. I guess it wasn't meant to be. That's the way I see it, you know. But I was supposed to get a badass sleeve. I paid a lot of money. Well,
Does that happen a lot? Like where you just fucking people fuck up and then you just keep the deposit?
Nah, I mean, I won't say they ain't fuck up like that. I mean, some people just don't show up and then they hit me up later, like, you know, a month later.
But how do you handle that? Do you still like take the deposit and like I can get you at another time, or you were just like?
I still do the tattoo. I mean, they gave me money, and usually they're good about letting me know that they got to reschedule or something. Or
so there's no penalty for rescheduling because that kind of messes. In a way, it messes your business.
That's the deposit, you know, because the deposit, you know, it's not refundable. So
right. So if somebody schedules for, let's say, April the 3rd.
So usually, so it's like, go ahead.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, if somebody schedules April the 3rd and hits you up, like, maybe 2 days before, hey, bro, I can't do it the 3rd. Let's push you back to a week or 2 weeks. Like, do you charge them another deposit?
Usually not.
Because you lost that day, that 3rd, because you had somebody booked already. So now you have to, you know.
The only way I'd probably do that is if they didn't call me or they didn't let me know anything. And, you know, I'm sitting there at the shop waiting for them and they never show up. If they do that, then, it's going to be, you know, another deposit. But, if, you know, people are usually good about letting me know. So, you know, I understand shit happens. So, at least you let me know. So, you know, I'll be able to push it or try to fill in that day or, you know what I mean?
So you do mostly faces and stuff, right?
I do
probably a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Is there
faces, lettering?
Is there certain things that you like, a certain style of tattoo that you maybe be like, shit, like is probably one of my fears, because we all fear something, you know. Like when I was doing video shit, I hated fucking shooting at night because I didn't know how to manage the settings of the camera. And then in the barber side, I've heard people that hate when people have a lot of hair. They just don't know how to act, you know, like. Yeah. So, like, is there something you are like, fuck, I need to get better at this? Something you know.
Yeah, I would say probably like coloring. Like, coloring? You know what I mean? Because.
And that's another thing.
I mean, like, I could do color tattoos, you know what I mean? But it's not like I could do a color portrait, you know what I mean? Because that's a whole different ball game from a black and gray.
Yeah.
So
that's
like,
another thing.
That's probably something that, you know, I'm probably working towards,
right,
and wanting
to get better.
Do. Yeah, because I mean, I do color, but I don't do it very often.
Yeah, color is a bitch too. Now, like, you got to get
fun.
all the details, bro. Like shadows and fucking
like
all
for every
that
color,
shit, man.
there's probably like 3-4 colors.
Yeah, yes, that I think is one of the toughest shit.
When you were starting out, what was it like? Did you know how a basketball player has drills? They go in, they do layups, or they do this, they do that. Like, did you have some sort of time where you were like, okay, I'm gonna sketch, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna study this, like how did you prepare yourself, I guess?
Yeah, pretty much just sketch, draw, just keep. That's how I would train. Not train, but you know, that's how I would, you know, get going.
How many hours a day would you say you fucking sat there and sketched and shit?
Depends. Most of the time I would just sketch at night. Like, it'd be nighttime, you know, so be up all night, fucking listening to music, smoking, drawing. So probably about, shit, as soon as my kid went to sleep, you know what I mean? That's when I started.
So when you did like your first, like when you got the machine, the tattoo machine, and because I know my uncle, he would get like, what's it called? Fucking leather. And that's where he would practice first. Like some weird kind of leather where he would just practice there before he started practicing on people. Did you had, or you just went out there and like, let me tat you?
Yeah, I just started a tat. I didn't practice on pigskin or anything.
That's a lot of fucking pressure. I'm gonna tell you that. Imagine me just like, hey, bro, let me tat you real quick. You know, like,
it's because I started on
props to the
I
people.
started on myself first. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck it. I mean, I know how to draw, so I was like, if I could do this outline, then I know I could do
something on somebody.
You know what I mean? So, and if I do it on me and people see it, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? So, and that's how I started. I did some of my own tattoos, and I would show people, and they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll let you tat me. and that's all it took.
Which ones did you do?
For real, I was gonna ask you because I feel like it's hard to even tat yourself and shit.
I did this one, this Virgin Mary right here.
Yeah.
And then I did this little eagle, the snake, and the pyramid.
Oh hell yeah. Because I feel like it's hard, bro. Like imagine you know, like
I've had some of them touched up, but like Cave he touched them up and stuff, but the basic stuff was there.
Yeah, you already had this. That's tight. That's your billboard right there.
yeah,
Shit.
it's like it can go either way. You either can fuck it up or you can make it work. But I feel like it's harder to tat yourself because there's certain angles I feel like you need to just kind of like figure that shit out.
Bro, that's what me and Roy were talking about today. Cause that fool was he cut his own hair. So I was like, man, bro,
Same thing.
See, that shit.
Because that's confusing. You look in the mirror and you think you're going this way and then you go that way and like.
I used to make myself dizzy because you're just like switching around, bro, and you fucking I can't do it.
I know people that do that shit. Props to them because like, you do a wrong turn or some shit, you're you're bald.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. I'm just all full of hair, exhausted, just
arms all tired.
Yeah. Hell nah. So what are you looking to, like, are you looking to expand? What are you looking to as far as the future with this tattoo stuff?
Just grow as an artist. I look at my work and, I always see the stuff that I could be better. So, that's kind of, what keeps me going, to go for. And definitely expand our name. That's where we want to be. We travel conventions. Pretty soon we're gonna try to open up a shop in maybe another state or something. That's our that's what stuff we want to do, and that's what we're working towards. So
hell yeah.
So we'll get there.
Appreciate that, bro. Is there any like big tattoo artists that you look up to that you're like, fuck, like this guy's killer?
Yeah, there's a lot, man. Like there's all kinds of famous ones, like. And I just look at their work, like this dude for lettering, Big Mia's. I look at his work a lot. Flax G, they all do sick ass lettering and shit. So I look at that a lot because I like doing lettering too. Yeah. And then like faces wise, I mainly look at paintings or like drawings for the faces.
Man.
So like what kind of paintings? Like fucking
shit, whatever they got on Instagram. Cause there's people that do watercolor, people do acrylic or oil, and they do the time lapse. So that shows the whole process of it. So I like I be looking at those, like how they draw it or how they do a certain way. What I mean?
Process of it.
Yeah. So
that's crazy,
bro. That would be tight to do a fucking video of a whole just.
A whole tattoo.
Or not a tattoo, like a fucking.
A painting?
Yeah, like a time lapse of just you see the whole fucking.
I've never done that. Drew, I think, was LeBron's face with the basketball, bro, with water. I think it was water or paint, one of those two. This nigga, I don't know how, but he kept dribbling the ball in certain ways, and water kept splashing. Like, there's certain art that it's just mind blowing, bro.
I've seen that shit.
You seen it?
Yeah,
bro. Like, how do you calculate like how the nose is gonna shape? Like this, he was just dribbling with the paint. The ball was full of paint. He was just dribbling, and he made LeBron's face.
He'll do it with mop brushes, like crazy.
Shit
he paints with.
Yeah, because it was tight because he had the drone on top. So while he would dribble, he did a time lapse of that shit. Boom, 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 boom. Got it right on the dot, bro. It's crazy. People that do, like,
that's what I'm saying. That shit is
with fucking those cubes. They did the Rock's face with that shit. With those colorful cubes. Yeah. How? Like, how do you time the coloring, the face, where's the nose is going to be, the eyes and shit like that? Like, that is just, people's creativity, like, is just off the roof, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
Other than tattoos, what's your favorite art? Like, what's your go-to? Just, is it like hand spray or acrylics
or just drawing?
Yeah, I like spray painting, drawing. Kind of like with charcoal and stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause it smears a lot better, so it's easy to make like shades and stuff.
What did you use to draw a lot? Like just when you were like, I'm making
eyes.
Eyes?
Yeah, I still draw a lot of eyes all the time. Like like eyeball here.
Is it something that just catches your attention? Like
Well, it's just because, you know, I like doing the faces. So,
Yeah.
you know, I focus on, like, features. Like, I'll draw just lips, you know, and just practice the lips. Or I'll draw just the nose and practice the nose.
I was decent at drawing, but I felt like the hardest part for me when it came to, like, because once again, I would draw, like, Dragon Ball Z characters, but the hardest part to me was the hands. And even drawing, like, a human hand, that's, like, hard as fuck.
No, yeah, hands are hard,
bro.
If
like,
you don't know how to draw a hand, and try to tattoo it,
you're out there.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. Like,
That's why.
I don't know, bro. I feel like
just like certain shades.
Yeah,
like,
the shape, the texture, everything, bro. Like, even for me, it was just cartoons, but it still was hard for me to draw a cartoon hand. Like, it was weird.
Yeah, honestly, it's like when you draw it, it's like you think you're gonna draw a line a certain way, but it's really a different way.
Exactly.
You're like,
and then, like, you look at it and you're like, ah, shit, I got it. And then when you look at your fucking drawing and you have a fucking hot dog finger, I'm like, ah, shit.
The sausage finger.
Yeah. So it's like, ah, hell nah. But it is hard. It's harder than it looks. Like, I
If
feel
you're
like,
gonna get a tattoo by somebody, tell them, let me see how you draw hands, bro. That's it.
yeah, that's a good one.
Let me see your hand. Let me see
feel
your let me see your hand tattoo.
Your hand skills, man.
Yeah, I feel like that one is challenging there. So, but yeah, definitely with the tattoos, man. And I mean, they got shows right now too. You know, like what was that where their exes draw tattoos on their fucking exes? Have you seen that show?
Yeah, I seen that shit.
Where they
get to
cover it up and they put like some bullshit, like
yeah, fuck that.
yeah, like yeah.
That's I feel like those shows made tattooing like kind of more popular because I remember watching the fucking Miami Ink. And then like all that shit, bro. That shit was sick.
Yeah,
like, damn.
Yeah. Tattooing is definitely way more popular.
Oh yeah. I mean, what was that one? Because I think I seen it. What was that one about? Because I know there was another show that was.
All dude that fucking. I think that's the first one. That's where like he had Kat Von D and like he had a sick ass crew, and then they all kind of split up and kind of did their own shit after that.
Because I know there was a show that like it was competition. Like there was a show that was like, you know, who can do the best.
Ink Masters.
Ink Masters. There
Well,
you go.
fucking the cave has been. You guys have been to those tours or whatever, right? Because I see that.
Ink Master, the convention.
Yeah. They have those conventions where where those are normally hosted.
In Texas.
Yeah. What part?
All across really. Texas and there's Dallas, there's Odessa, there's San Antonio.
It's cool, bro. It's cool that we have Dallas 3 hours away because they got a lot of big shit going on over there too. So like we can just drive, if anything, you know.
It's that drive back.
That drive back, because you're all fucking exhausted and shit, but it's still a perk, you know. It's 3 hours away.
You guys make good money when y'all go to those conventions?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
and you get
I
think connections.
Shows, you know, people pay to get in, so you know they're coming, you know, to spend money, you know.
You know that.
Yeah, they know that too, you know.
So when you guys go to those conventions, are you tatting?
Yeah.
Oh shit. So it's like, I thought you was like just looking and like learning new shit and like. So it's like you guys are just there tatting people that are coming to those conventions.
Yeah. They set up a booth and then they fucking sit there and get going.
Yeah, that's on the spot.
And, you know, they'll talk to you, pull them in, what they want, and they'll tell you how much. And
yeah, because I'm pretty sure like you have to have like those samples.
So how do you fucking get people to go to your booth or what? Like how? Because I'm sure there's a shit ton of fucking artists.
We have a booth, you know, we got a table out, so we have everything set up, you know, portfolios, awards we won, business cards, you know, stuff like that, you know, eye catchers.
Yeah, I feel like that. They kind of just walk, they're browsing and shit.
Yeah, they walk by, browse.
They're not going to go to the first fucking booth they see. They probably walk around before and see different kinds of styles and shit.
Yeah.
That's tight. I would go to one just curious.
That's where you would find a badass artist. Cause you can just fucking...
just curious and just see how, because that has to be a cool vibe
artists
too.
from everywhere, you know, that do it, you know. There's a whole bunch of LA artists, whole bunch from, there's New York, from Las Vegas, you know, from everywhere.
At what point did you, what was that point where you were just like, damn, this tattooing shit is really happening how I thought? Because that sounds like that would be one of those times that you go and then you're just used to being in the garage and then you go out and you're like, what the fuck, you know,
probably my first convention, you know, it was
A superstar feeling, like
it was in Houston. It was fucking sick. You know what I mean? We're in Houston. I never been to Houston before, so you know, it was my first convention, and you know, there's all kinds of big artists there, and you know, we're tattooing, or you know, making money. So I was just like, fuck, like hell yeah, like
nigga, we made it.
Oh, me. Yeah, I feel like that's got to be tight.
Because you're having a good time and you're making money, and it's like everything at that moment is just clicking.
And you're meeting all kinds of people too. You know, meet
Connections.
connect with other artists. You know, from different parts of the world. You know, and then it's crazy.
Yeah, that shit sounds fucking dope.
What about like the removal part, like of tattoos? That's like
Tattoo removal.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
Because those are like pretty much lasers.
Shit,
just
that shit looks crazy, man.
I feel like it has to be bad for you to be like, fuck, I gotta remove this tattoo. Like either
otherwise
military
or the tattoo,
or just you just don't.
The
like
military don't even play
or your exes. Let me give some of y'all some advice, man. Do not tat your fucking spouse's or ex's name. Like, what is up with that? Are you one of those guys or what?
Man, go ahead. You know, as long as y'all come to Twisted Mind Tattoos, you know.
We're keeping it 100. Bro, I feel like that's bad luck, though.
My grandpa had my grandma's name tatted on him, and she died, and he rocked it out. Like when he died,
my uncle has a big ass name like right here, bro. Like, and they're filing for divorce right now.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, my grandpa's a writer, huh? That nigga. My grandma was a bad woman.
Shit, it must have been some. Yeah, like
that nigga. That's crazy. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think I would do it.
I don't think either. I don't.
Stay single, stupid.
Yeah. Fucking throw them in shirts, but if anything, family, sons, your kids and shit. That, I don't know.
What's your most meaningful tattoo that you got on you?
Shit, probably my daughter's face right there.
Wait, that's your daughter?
Yeah.
You did that?
Nah, Cave did.
That's what's up. That shit look clean. How old was she there?
She's 7. Right
7?
There, yeah.
How long was that tattoo?
How long was it?
Yeah.
About 6 hours.
6 hours. And when did you get it?
Last year, November.
Last year. Yeah. Damn.
I got it on her birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's probably why you said that was the most the longest one.
Yeah, that was the longest one because man, fuck, it started at 9:00 at night, and I'm passing out, in and out the tattoo, waking up. He's in a different spot, and I'm like, fuck.
Go back to sleep.
Wake up. Wake up. It's all right. It's like 4:30, and we're done. I'm like, all right. Fuck.
So when you get these clients, there's some people that they get the tattoo but they can't tolerate the pain. Mm-hmm. So is that is it easier for you or harder for you? Because they're like, oh fuck, and crying and like,
it's definitely harder because you want your client, or you don't want them to be moving around,
right,
or jumping every time the needle touches them, because then it's like, if I'm trying to do a straight line and you're here jumping around, how straight can I get it?
Right. So with that shit, like, because there's some people that like that shit. They like tattoos and the pain is fucking joy for them.
So how do you handle a client that does that? Like whenever they're... Remember that I was there one day actually when you were tatting some dude up, and he was kind of like... He was panicky and shit. So he was like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like...
I don't remember which one it was. But
I think his homie got a bunch of ha-has on him. It was like the...
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it was his first tattoo. And he was just getting a name, his mom's name or something. And he was just like, and he's like, fuck. And like the whole time, he was hurt. It was his first tattoo ever. And,
so have you had somebody that's like mid-tattoos like, fuck, I can't take the pain. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that go, they go as long as they can, So, and if the tattoo's not done, just
I feel like that's
book another session.
Because I've seen those cases where it's like literally they had tattoos halfway done. It's not like by section. Yeah, they'll be like, oh yeah, I got this one, but it wasn't. I haven't finished it yet, and it's like halfway. It's not like a piece, and we're like, oh, I got to get the whole sleeve or whatever. Like the next section. It's just like literally halfway done. Like I've had those people, and it makes sense. They won't tell you they bitched out, but they'll be like,
I had to go, man.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. It's in the works.
Dinner ready already.
Yeah.
I gotta work in the morning, bro.
Yeah, that tattoo shit is very interesting, man. I don't know. I feel like when it's time, shit. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably have to drink some beers or some shit. Does that help? Like just getting a little tipsy and.
I mean, if you want. I mean, if it's gonna hurt you, it's gonna hurt you. You know, you're gonna be fucking drunk hurt or sober hurt or.
Yeah.
I guess you probably have. I mean, you could probably have more balls when you're drunk. You're like.
Maybe more at ease or something.
Yeah, you probably won't feel the pain.
But I mean,
can you pass out?
Huh?
Can you pass out if you fucking like drink and get a tattoo? Because it just like is it? Yeah. It just doesn't sound like a good combo.
It's not a good combo at all. Cause I mean.
But people do it though.
Drunk and tattoos, you know.
Do they do it?
Nah, not really.
No.
Some people will try, but I mean they don't really drink like that there.
Yeah.
Because I mean before we used to, you know, when we were at the garage or the house and shit, but now you know we had to keep it more professional now. So it's like, you know, I would cut that out. So you know no one really drinks in there like that. Some people, you know, I'm pretty sure some people, you know, go out to their car or some shit and take a shot here or there and come back in or something.
And with that too, you have to be very careful too, you know, with the sanitizing, because I've seen like,
that shit is no joke.
Get infected, bro. Like that shit is no joke. Like I don't know if it's
definitely not
the artist that didn't know much about, you know, because I've seen it, man. Even if you Google that shit, like you get terrified of like, fuck, I don't know if I want to do a tattoo and shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff too, and I mean, not just from the tattoo artists. You know, you could be walking around and you know.
Oh yeah, that too, because you might get the tattoo,
get something on there, and it's like fucking infected. You know, this one dude went to work and got concrete dust spilt on him, so it got all over his tattoo. He washed it off, everything. It looked fine. Like a couple days later, he started getting like infected and stuff. I was like, fuck.
Shit. Yeah, with that you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
It's penetrating all the fucking.
Yeah, it was open wound. So
I feel like with that, because I like to work out and I like to play basketball, and those things are like sweating and bumping with other people and shit, and then.
Yeah, what's the worst case you've had of a client and like in your that you can remember? Just like somebody panicking out or passing out or just had any crazy story like that?
Yeah, I've had people pass out on me. That's probably, I mean, they're pretty crazy. You know, each one probably crazy because you know you don't expect it, and some people just all of a sudden just like, oh shit, and fall out, and you're like, oh fuck, you know, pick them up, and you know, break an ammonia stick to wake them up, and
break a what?
Ammonia stick.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like a little stick. You break it,
and it has like a strong smell.
Yeah, real strong odor, and you fucking you'll wake up like and you'll smell that shit, and man, but I'm trying to think of the craziest time because there's been a few.
Cause that shit has to be, cause that shit when people just fall out, bro. That's when you're like, oh,
bro. One time, it was I tattooed one of my sisters, and we were already done. Like I had did my other little cousin's tattoo after hers, so you know we're just chilling, talking, and then all of a sudden she just like, boom, passes out, and I'm like, what the fuck, like, cause she hit the wall like ugly. And I was just like, it was just scary because
you weren't even like it was just like after.
Yeah, it was after. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like I had.
So this is right after you got done with the tattoo. She passes out.
No. She was doing the tattoo, and then she was done. I did my cousin's, and then we were just standing there and talking, and then she just got lightheaded or something, but she just fucking passed out. And that was the craziest time because I mean that was probably like one of my first real times like seeing someone pass out like that. So I was like, oh.
And it was hours later, probably after you had done it, the tattoo,
No,
right?
there was small tattoos, so it was like real quick. So it was like hers, and then my cousin's was like.
So why does that
30 minutes.
happen? What do you know the fucking scientific reason as to why that
Just
happens?
like your blood, was it like your sugar level or something?
Could be that. Maybe, I mean.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have you don't, that's why we tell people to eat before they come get a tattoo, because you don't have no energy, you know, you don't got nothing in you, and you're getting shit taken out of you by, you know, us working on you. And
Yeah, because like every little poke, like a little bit of blood comes out, so it's clean, boom, boom, clean, boom, boom, clean.
Yeah, it drains you, you know what I mean? So, I mean, eating has a big part to do with it.
Hydrate too.
And then too, you know, also someone's, you know, state of mind too, you know, because someone could be nervous as fuck. And, you know, I've had, matter of fact, the crazy time, I wasn't even tattooing, dude. And I was just drawing on him with a pen, like on his skin. So I'm drawing, and I noticed my pen stops working. I'm like, this guy's all sweaty. I look, dripping sweat. I'm like, dude, you all right? He's like, nah. And he just passes out in the chair, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, oh, fuck,
damn,
man.
you didn't even get started. You was just with the pen.
Yeah, that was just drawing. So
Whoa.
I was like, you know, like, oh, man,
That's the mind, bro. The mind is crazy.
Yeah.
That fool just was
At
like.
that point, you got to make sure.
Because, bro, there's probably like 1,000 things going through that fool's head.
Yeah, that's all.
Like, do I want to do this? What? Like, to you, he was just like, oh shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they like, and that moment you see him sweating and shit. Did you be like, "Do you want to do this?" Did he walk out? Did he?
No, well,
went
yeah,
through with
like,
it?
you know, I gotta give them time, you know, after because I mean, they pass out, and then, you know, they wake up and they're like, "What the fuck happened?" And I'm like, you passed out, and yeah, they'll be like, "Fuck," you know. Some people will be okay a little bit after, you know. I'll wait, you know, 30 minutes, an hour. If they say they ain't eat nothing, like, try to eat something and then see how you feel. And then if they're able to continue or feel like they can, then, you know, we'll go ahead and, you know, do the tattoo. Because some people, you know, they'll snap back and like, what the fuck? And it won't happen ever again. And some people just like, nah, like, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like
So you have had those ones that pass out and they get up and they're still
they
like.
throw up and everything, you know.
oh shit.
You pass out, like, that's kind of the stage, you know. I see them start getting sweaty or they look pale, and I'm like, oh fuck, like, you all right? Or they'll be like, yeah, the main thing, they'll be like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I look at them and I'm like, you all right? And some of them be like, nah, like, I don't feel good, I feel like throwing up. And I'm like, oh, you're about to pass out. And then boom, they start sweating, and then boom, they pass out. And then they wake back up and they're like, fuck. Like,
That's
Do
crazy.
you get a lot of people that when they have like they're getting their first tattoo, they're getting a big one or a medium one? Because I feel like if you're getting your first tattoo, at least get a small one to know like what it feels like and shit, and then kind of.
I got a pretty big one. Fucking, I got my whole.
But see, you are fucking like I feel like you're like once you started and you'd be like, fuck this shit stings, but you're like, I'm not no pussy, so you'll fucking thug it out. Like I know you will. Cause I know you.
But I mean, I don't know. I guess
I
that's.
feel like I've done a lot of pieces that were big on people getting it for the first time. Yeah, because they're like, go big, go home. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it, like, cause you know you get a little tattoo, right?
You don't really. I feel like you don't get the full like.
Yeah, you know you're getting a little tattoo and you're like, oh, I can handle that, and then they want more. So it's like,
yeah, it's kind of like an addiction, huh? It's like you start with one thing and then boom, all of a sudden you're like.
And then you're gonna have a little fucking thing right there in the way of what you really wanted, because now, you know, you're like, oh yeah, I want a tattoo now.
Might as well go big or go
Right,
home.
right.
Might as well get what you want. You know, you can.
You'll be all right.
Yeah,
you'll be all right.
So-
Eat some crackers and we have some. What are they called? The
Ammonia stick.
Yeah, we'll get you. We'll bring you back to life. So
I got you.
on that, I'm pretty sure you know they say, you know, like when it hits the bone, it like hurts like a motherfucker. So if I were to get like a chest piece and shit when it hits the collarbone, like, is it like?
I mean, it's not actually hitting the bone. If it's actually hitting the bone, like, you're gonna have
Yeah, you gotta talk to that motherfucker.
Yeah, on your
Talk to
bone
that-
for
yeah.
you know, whenever you die. So
Cause like, let's say like elbow, like when I do like, let's say, I don't know.
You're talking about the fucking like these like
the collar, I know.
Yeah,
But
here.
right there, you do feel it a lot more. You know,
Or
I
when you
mean,
get
it's
one of-
thinner. It's thinner skin, so.
So the thinner, what's the deal with that? What's the most painful parts of the body to get a tattoo?
Probably like your neck areas. Like all
What about the feet?
Like, your
Let's say you
ribs,
want to
your
do,
feet,
yeah, the feet is hella thin.
Your hands, you know.
The hands too.
Definitely up here. Yeah, these inside parts are.
Cause I'm a big fan of
Can be
tattoos right
sensitive.
here. I like tattoos here, but if I'm gonna get one, I don't know. My hands are skinny and.
So
small.
which one would you say is the most painful part? If you had, I mean, is it different for everybody too? Is that?
Man, some people handle it different. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to tell. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that ribs and neck are probably the most painful part.
Because one thing I was curious is like, for example, like I said, I was a big fan of the tattoos here, but like, what if the veins, they don't have nothing to do with it, like ink getting into the veins or shit?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you're not supposed to go that deep, you know. So I'm supposed to be.
So the tattoo, pretty much, the ink and stuff stays on the very surface of the skin, like it has.
Yeah.
The epidermis or the shit. I need to know this because I'm about to take a test.
You better what?
Take a test. That's why people gotta know like anatomy and shit, cause or like it's like the dermis and then the epidermis is like the second layer of the skin.
Oh, for barber, you need to know that shit, huh?
For that's basically the same shit. Yeah. So like if you cut somebody and you go through like when you're doing somebody with the blade, like you can cut them and it's just a little scratch, you know. But then if you go past the other layer, then that's when it's like motherfuckers gotta get stitches and shit, you know. It's like different layers of the skin and shit.
Yeah, stay on the epidermis.
So yeah, on that level, okay. Because I was always curious. I was like, because I mean, shit. Because once you
Anatomy session for these motherfuckers.
yeah. Because once you
your epidermis is showing.
right. Because right now you can't donate blood, right? Because you're tatted.
No, I think I.
Or is there a certain time where
I
like
have
certain
before,
period?
So,
I think that's in Mexico. See, I think that's one of those weird little.
I think before
Puerto
they
Rico,
had
I think
it
it's the same
changed,
shit.
They used to be able to say, they used to say that I couldn't because I had a tattoo within the past year or something.
Oh,
And
Do you have to wait a certain time for it once you get a tattoo, like to donate?
Well,
if you want?
now I haven't heard nothing about it because I've donated blood, so and they didn't say nothing about my tattoos before. And
I was curious
and that first time was years
Yeah.
ago, so it was probably like tattoos are a new thing and they're more common now, so they're probably like fuck, we can't have that questionnaire no more. Like,
Yeah, that was something I was curious because like one of homegirls had an accident and we had to donate blood, so I ended up donating blood, but the other friend couldn't donate because of the tattoo. So I was like, maybe it's because when you get a tattoo, the ink gets into the blood and it kind of affects the blood type or some shit. I don't know.
There might be a time
know.
period if it's like a fresh one or something,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
For the most part, it's just regular, like
yeah, because I mean I've donated blood, so
yeah, that's
and
crazy.
they usually take it from right here to somewhere.
So
Yeah.
when they say an artist has a heavy hand, what does that mean? Like, what is it?
Just feel more pressure, like, and I mean some tattoo artists just tattoo like that, and I mean it don't necessarily mean that he's gonna like scar you up or anything, but just maybe he's more firm with his with the tattooing, so that's kind of what they mean, like heavy hand. But
So
then too, that's kind of with the pain, it's kind of it's hard to tell, for me, because I mean I'm not getting the tattoo, so I can't tell you if I got like a heavy hand. I've never been told I got like a heavy hand, but I don't know. Some people probably think I do. Some people think I don't. So
Depends on the day.
yeah, depends on the day.
it's crazy, people, man. I feel like I've seen people get tats on their butthole, bro.
You've seen them? Like you've seen them?
like you know what I'm saying? Like crazy. Like there's this chick that got a fucking tat in her asshole. Like, how crazy? I don't know what it was. I think it was like either spider web and like.
Oh, it was an
octopus,
Yeah.
some shit like that, bro.
It's real.
So imagine you'll be in that artist, bro. Like you're, like you're fucking tatting the asshole, bro. Like that wrinkly ass shit. Like, are you serious? Like it's a dark place down there, man. That's where shit comes out, But
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Like, damn, how much does that fool get paid to do?
Yeah,
yeah, bro. So it's like that, and some females, and I mean, shit, guys too. Like, my grandpa was telling me once too. He's like, this guy had the funniest tattoo ever, bro. This nigga had like a squirrel running with a nut. So there was like multiple squirrels just running with one nut. So it was one nut here, and then like it was the funniest shit ever. I was like, what the fuck? People just have that time, huh? Just have that shit. Fucking.
Has there been any tattoos where you're like, man, I really don't want to do this shit?
Yeah, there's been a couple of them.
Where they're like, I like that shit, and you're like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but I mean,
you got to do it. You get paid. Shit.
Yes, I mean, I always try to change it up. You know, if someone brings me something, and they're telling me that's what they want, you know, I always try to change it up. You know, make it my own. That way, you know, it's not a copy of it.
Yeah.
But some people are just like real, like, oh no, I want it just like that. Like I like it just like that. So I mean, I have done it, but I always do try like to change it up.
Right, because you got to get creative with it, no? Because I feel like sometimes there's people that come to you with a simple idea, but they also like, I have this other idea that I would like for you to implement, so you got to kind of sometimes like, draw it out. Have you had that? Like,
man, some people just got stupid ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess, I mean, not the idea is stupid, but how they want to do it is stupid. You know what I mean? Because they're not artists, so they don't really know.
Right.
So, you know, they think might look good this way, and it's like, it probably look better this way. So that's kind of what, as a tattoo artist,
I definitely get what he's saying. Yeah, hell yeah. It's like, I was going to get to you, like the video. Like, I'm pretty sure you got it a lot too when you have like a certain vision and then they want to change it. Like,
try from over here, bro.
But you know it's not gonna look good because you're the fucking videographer, right? So I feel like that's kind of the same concept of like, bro, I'm the one that knows, like, you know, like when people start switching shit up, it's like, fuck, like, you know, I don't know.
Let me do my job.
Right, exactly. So, what is your take on like tattoos in the face? Because now I feel like that's becoming a trend. And it's like,
I mean, if you're able to do it and you can pay your bills and, you know.
It's your fucking face at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's your face, you know what I mean?
But what do you think? What do you think, AV?
Yeah, same. I mean, if you already know like your career, you're cool, and you know you won't ever have to go ask for a job anymore, then fuck it, you know, like.
Fuck it,
get an ice cream cone. Job, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, like Gucci, that's why he did it, because he was like, nigga, what the fuck, like. I'm never gonna have a boss. He don't give a fuck. So he's like,
just get an ice cream cone.
Yeah, and he was on drugs.
That's why I got mine, because I was like, you know what, like, you know, I'm in this shit for life. So
which one you got?
Right here.
Okay, so that's on the side. That looks pretty tight.
My logo.
Yeah.
It says easy.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's all.
Because I like the neck ones. I like you know, little writings here and there, and then like. That one looks
I mean, that's what I think. I mean, as long as you paying your own fucking bills and everything, you know that.
Once you get that shit, is like no going back. Like, you gotta be sure of what you want and what you want to do and shit.
Yeah, because if you're a little bum, you know, with running around with, you know, face tats and like, what you doing? Like, you don't even fucking, like, you don't care. You just don't care.
Is there a certain limit for you when it comes to tattoos? Because like a lot of tattoo artists that I know, they're like tatted from the fucking head to the toe.
I mean,
Filero, fucking,
I won't be covered like
that,
face tats like that. So, but I mean, for now, you know, I'm still getting tatted. And,
yeah,
you know, I want
maybe one day you'd be like, I want this shit. You get it.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna get all my body probably, but you know, as far as you know, I'll probably get a piece on my neck and then, but as my face, nah, I ain't gonna touch it.
One thing that's weird for me is like, it's not that I'm against it, but I'm not a big fan of leg tattoos. And there's some leg tattoos that look dope, but I'm just not a fan of it. I don't know why. I'm more of an upper body, you know, fucking arm, chest.
And then with you, it's crazy because all your homies are fucking artists. So like, if you wanted to be tatted, you would be fucking.
Yeah. Well, it's getting the fuckers to tap me, you know. Yeah,
that's the hard part.
Because I mean, everyone's busy, you know. Everyone's got time, and then during free time, you know, like
they just want to chill.
You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that guy, like.
Yeah, working.
Where's your camera, AV?
Yeah.
For real.
Like,
Damn,
Yeah.
bro, I just want to smoke this fucking dab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight though. That's pretty tight, you know, like.
But yeah, I mean that's the plan. I mean we do that. We try to make time for each other, and you know we've tatted each other here and there. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that shit. I guess that was my point. Was like, if you want to be tatted, at what time do you like? How do you? What's your mind process when you're about to get a tat? Like, you just randomly think of it? Like, you just.
no, I really gotta want it. Like, and I mean now too, it's like it's definitely gonna mean something to me. Like
that's the way I see tattoos too.
I mean honestly, like every tattoo's probably meant something to me. You know what I mean? So.
So yeah, you're particular about the tats, like,
Yeah.
because that's what I meant. Like, you're in a fucking tattoo shop, so really, if you wanted to, you would be all fucking.
Yeah.
But I see you
I
still,
guess I just don't know
you still got room and shit. Like,
yeah, I really want to add it. Like I have ideas, but then I'm like,
you want it to be like a mural, like a fucking.
yeah, mural. That's how I started with this.
Yeah.
A couple pieces here, and then I had little spots open, fill them in, and now I pretty much got all this, except for my elbow right here.
Yeah, that probably hurts a little bit.
Yeah,
that's what I think. The elbow, because it's like a little bit of bone too here. But I mean, I don't know. On that, what's your next move? Is just to keep expanding and getting bigger and
yeah, definitely just build the brand,
keep growing.
Yeah, because I mean, right now we're at a point where we're good. We got our feet on the ground. We're getting it right now, so we're just getting better. So just keep grinding, man. That's all we gotta keep doing, cause that's how we got here. So
exactly.
Keep getting better. Keep
just keep on and more. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So if you had a
right about this chair.
I told you, bro. Like after, we're about to wrap it up in a minute. I just got one more question for you. So if you had to go back 5 years and tell yourself something that maybe a change or something to do better, or whatever, what would it be?
5 years. I guess probably just get on the ball a little quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, procrastinated, for a little while, I mean, now, it's kind of like, I'm more motivated for things and stuff, Like, I mean, I've always been building, towards the shop and everything, so. But now, I had my points where, I wasn't motivated or, times I'd be like, man.
So when you had those points where you weren't motivated, was it the fact that, like, what was causing that,
I guess just the results, you know what I mean? Like,
you weren't getting the business you were supposed to, making the money, or what?
Like, because, I mean, the tattooing, I couldn't have, a real good week, and then, the next week I could not do one tattoo, so.
You cannot book a client? Was it that?
I mean, like, it'll be slow where, like,
okay,
there's not, one tattoo,
So you're just sitting there like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, fuck, but, now, now that we're building more, we're hoping not to be like that no more. So just keeping that consistency will keep me from losing that motivation. Cause that's what made me lose it. Cause I'd be like, fuck, I don't got no tattoos anyway, so I won't even go to the shop, So, I might, doing that, I miss out on walk-ins or something.
What is something that you do to improve? Because, like, when you're passionate about some shit, you always looking for shit to do. So with me, you
gotta check yourself.
With the video shit.
Yeah, I would say check yourself.
I mean, he just said it, like, there was days where he didn't have work, so instead of staying home being bummed out, fuck him, we'll go to the shop and just take some walk-ins. Like, today, that's what I did at the shop. I didn't have really a lot of haircuts, and I went to the shop, fucking just took walk-ins, and they were there. It's just, sometimes, like, you just get bummed out, and you're like, man, fuck this shit, but...
That's what I did, bro. Like, when there wasn't, like, a lot of video work, I just fucking, like,
you start being negative. You start just like, man, what everybody was saying was right. This shit.
It's a bummer, And, a lot of people
it's a lot of, like, your mind starts fucking with you,
Yeah, I would say you're your hardest critic, so you get down on you real bad because you know what you're capable of. So you're like, when you fail, it's like, fuck, like, I know I shouldn't have failed. Like I can, let me try again because I know I could do this shit. So.
Yeah, I feel like with that.
That's that fucking warrior mentality.
Like the video you showed me, what's his name? He was saying like, you talk to your mind more than you talk to people because you're constantly just thinking and thinking and thinking. And especially if you're in that entrepreneur, think ahead, like you're always thinking of ways to fucking improve and shit. And that's one of the things that I'm passionate about, like just getting better at it, bro. Like I want to get better at it. And it goes back to the quality. You let your quality talk. And that's gonna bring work for you. It's gonna get to the point where you're gonna be fucking booked, bro. Like where you are rejecting people, or like you're like fuck, because your work is talking for you. Your consistency.
And that's the plan, man. Get booked out for a year.
Exactly. And I've seen those artists, bro, and it's not impossible. You can get there. It's gonna get to the point where AV is gonna get fucking booked with so many goddamn cuts where he's like rejecting the half of the city because he's already booked. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what is scary, bro. That's why a lot of times people are like, "Why don't you like put your shit out there like that?" And I'm like, "Man, bro, like that shit is stressful." You know what I'm saying?
Because if you really want to, I'm pretty sure you could book up your whole day, probably.
Yeah, or video shit or whatever. But it's like whenever I didn't have help with the video shit, it's like, all right, I'm gonna do it, and then now I'm gonna have all this fucking workload, people hitting you up, and then people are like, oh, this nigga's an asshole because he's not writing back. Exactly. And then, so it gets to the point where you video and with you, I'm pretty sure people do that shit too. It's like, ah, that fool didn't, he hasn't wrote back, or he hasn't, but it's like before, but it's like, bro, you don't know how many people hit this fool up, like
a lot. It's you gotta
because it does get frustrating, just like, you wouldn't think, just on messages on Facebook, you wouldn't get, you're sitting there writing and shit all day, so you won't think you get frustrated, but sitting there trying to have multiple conversations of what people want, and
exactly,
I lose focus
because you're trying to stay professional and kind of make sure you get to them, and like. And then you got to write back to the
so that's where it comes down to, like, so that
and like you're kind of typing there, that shit can add up, bro, like time wise, and it distracts you from what you're doing, so.
Yeah, it's like coming up with systems. So I'm pretty sure with y'all in the tattoo shop, like all of y'all working together and everything, all that shit is like.
Like when you cut up and shit, like you have people hitting you up and shit, you're like, fuck, I'm trying to get this cut out of the way. And I don't know if for cutting, I'm pretty sure it's the same shit for tattoo and editing. When you edit a video, they say when you get into your zone is like 30 minutes into it. So like if you go to the bathroom and shit, you're disconnecting from that like focus zone where you're just fucking killing shit. Boom, 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 boom. It makes a lot of sense. So like,
So like when people want to take breaks and shit with that tattoo, I bet that's annoying as fuck, because it's like.
Nah, I mean,
in a way, I feel like
depending on how many breaks they try to take, if they're like 10, 15 minutes and into the tattoo, and like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'm like, motherfucker.
Okay, I was gonna say, cause sometimes,
sitting there for an hour, I'm like, all right, we can get up.
You don't mind a little break?
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna get up too. I'm probably gonna initiate the break.
Yeah, cause bro, like, cause like, when I'm editing and shit, like I have to put my phone down, cause that's like a big fucking distraction. So I'll go ahead and look at a notification or whatever, and then by the time I'm looking at my computer, I'm like, fuck, where the fuck was I? You disconnect. So I just
you disconnect, bro. Yeah, and then imagine with fucking tattoo. I mean, you're just in that fucking world, so you're not even.
Yeah, I be talking to myself.
Yeah,
like you said earlier.
So do you like to, when you do a tattoo, do you like? I mean, I'm pretty sure you do, but like a conversation, or you just like to stay focused on like that tattoo, Because I feel like sometimes it might distract you.
It's kind of hard. Like, I mean, maybe if someone's like, like talking to me a lot, or then, maybe, I'll talk back, but it's, for the most part, I'm just going to keep my head down and, be looking at the tattoo.
Because imagine somebody talking about, like, you say you're a big NBA fan, and, like, it's some topic that you want to talk about like that. I feel like that can be distracting, too. It's like, oh, shit, LeBron, when he dunked on this nigga, and, like, this and that, and, like, and you're like fucking wanting to finish the job, and like it got to a point, bro, when we were editing here too, like with the clients that you were cutting up, while he was cutting up, I was editing, and I couldn't get shit done because
be asking you shit.
They would asking me, or we would be talking of different topics, and I would be focused, bro, and then y'all would talk about a topic, and I'll jump in like, oh yeah, what about this, and then like I was like, fuck, bro.
It is whenever you're like the client sitting in the chair, and it's like, bro, just cut my hair.
Yeah.
Because some barbers, they'll stop and they're like, They fucking
They
get
get into it,
distracted,
bro,
bro.
yeah.
And it's like they're barely getting back into the haircut, and then it's like something else pops up.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like,
Yeah, and it
Someone
disconnects,
say
bro.
something outrageous, and they're like, "Oh, what did you say?" Like, hell, click.
Yeah, it just disconnects from that cut. It goes back to that shit. So
staying focused.
I feel
That's
like staying focused is one of the main
and I think
things.
that's a part that comes with like just doing it like over and over and over and over again. Like you've been tatting now, what? How many?
12?
About 12 years.
So now you're at the point where you're like, you've learned, you've been at the lows, you've been at the, so now you know how that shit works. So
Yeah.
it's like,
So what do you do?
you just gotta stick with
Learning
it.
process, you know.
Yeah. When you take L's, what do you do to bounce back?
Man, just keep going, man.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you got no choice but to take certain L's. So, you try not to. You don't want to take no L's, but
I think it's part of it, bro.
Yeah, there's certain stuff you just gotta let go or take a loss on. Like one of the first shops me and my partner was trying to get. It fell through bad because we put all kinds of money into it.
Energy, we're excited.
Yeah, put a lot of work into it. You remember those
Yeah,
shows?
hell
Put
yeah.
a lot of work into it,
Yeah.
A lot of hours. And we tattooed there, we'd work on it, tattoo there, work, tattoo, and that was for like a cool year. We was getting that up, and then it fell through because the person who was buying it from, they wasn't paying the taxes on the building that from what we paid them or whatever.
So they had to shut it down.
So yeah, we got a letter on the door talking about you got to evict the premises in so days, and
that sucks.
we're like, what the fuck, what I mean?
It kind of reminds me of your shop, bro. Like you were fucking pumped and like you want to do all kinds of shit, and then like you had to move. Like it's cool, bro, because like it might be an L, but in a way, I feel like it just prepares you for something bigger, because like you don't know it, but you just gotta.
Because if that wouldn't have happened, we wouldn't have got that spot. You know? And we got that spot just off a chance too. It was.
And that moment does suck when you're just sitting there, like it's those few hours or whatever after you take the L that it's like.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, this is fucking. You gotta figure it.
Yeah.
Once that shit works
out,
out, bro,
that's
like,
what I try to do. I try to get over it quick. You know what I mean? I try to just think about it real quick and like, fuck it, move on. Like, it's not gonna stop me.
I think that's the best thing you can do too.
Like if it didn't stop you for the last 12 years, now that you're more prepared, more like, why would it stop you now, bro? Like, that's.
I ain't gonna let it stop me. You know what I mean?
That's tight. That's what I always tell people when they're down and shit and they have a situation. I'm like, look, listen, like this shit ain't gonna last forever. Pain doesn't last forever. It's temporary. So you have one option, or you fucking sit there and dwell about it all day, or you just let it go and move on to the next. Like you gotta keep in mind, there's gonna be another day. There's another day. There's gonna be good days. There's gonna be bad days. So you just gotta move on. Simple as that.
Just how you handle it. Man.
It's simple as that. Yeah. But shit, bro, I appreciate you coming through. Easy.
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
Twisted Minds. If y'all want to get a tat, hit them up. We're gonna wrap this thing up. AV behind the cameras. Thank you once again for being, the co-host and assist. But episode 13 is this one?
Yeah, I think 13.
Is in the books. So we out. Peace.